If you're seeing this video, your eyes are brought to you at this time to get guidance and clarity on the next steps you need to take for these great opportunities that are opening up for you. Okay, so this is a message, a pick a card reading. There are 3 options with messages from your higher self. This is detailed, this is very specific. Okay, you're only going to pick the deck that has a message for you. There are 3 decks to choose from. You're only going to choose the deck that has a message for you. I'm going to be channeling messages from your higher self, then moving into the cards, doing the cards and looking at the messages that fall out to supplement what your higher self is channeling. Now, this is very specific, so you cannot make the wrong choice. Okay, this is a message from your higher self. How you're needing to grow, the steps you need to take to align with the growth opportunities that are lining up for you. How to basically align with your higher self, what you're needing to change in your life, what you're needing to switch up, the kind of expansion, success, and abundance that is approaching, that is coming your way, and how to better position yourself to be able to make the best use of this abundant opportunities. Okay, so there are 3 options. This is deck 1, this is deck 2, okay, and this is deck 3. So you're going to see the 3 options on the screen, and you're going to choose. I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, right? And close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask your higher self to help you choose the message, the deck with the message for you at this time. You can't make a wrong choice. Nothing is random. There are no coincidences. Everything is in alignment. So trust yourself. Trust your higher self that you're not going to make the wrong choice. Your deck. Go below in the timestamps. I'm going to link the decks, the different decks, and then you can just click on it and go get your message. Okay, I love you. Take care of yourself. See you. You chose this deck 1. Here's what you need to know. The first thing that's coming to me is like guidance. Is the word guidance. Your higher self at this time is acting more as a guide for you, like not just your higher self. You feel this energy externally, like a guiding light, and there's something about beacons that is very significant to you. You feel the energy of your higher self are like a beacon of light shining through to guide you through difficult situations. If you chose deck 1, you're part of the collective where you have a close relationship with your higher self, in the sense that you are used to asking your higher self for guidance. You are used to asking your higher self for clarity, for directions, for, if you have any questions. You're just used to, you're someone who has developed their spiritual journey. You've gone so far in your spiritual journey to be able to understand, like, to be able to understand that your higher self is there for you as guidance at all times. So you're someone who is very comfortable with saying, oh, higher self, what do I need to know right now? So you're just very, very comfortable in the higher self / guide relationship. All right, so let's see, what's your higher self saying at this time? Okay, first card out of the deck, you've got freedom, independence, self-determination. There's something about you at this time needing to realize that this is your journey towards independence. Okay, this is you no longer, especially like in career and employment, this is you no longer being employed. You are now being guided to become more self-employed and also becoming someone who creates jobs for others. But there's something particular about you creating jobs for others. You are being guided that you are not supposed to create a business that wraps around you. Whatever you're doing is something that is going to ensure that you remain free to pursue the interests that drive you, that you remain free to do the things that you enjoy doing, that you remain free to create what you need to create into life. You're not supposed to create a business where you have to go through a board of directors to get something approved or to get a system of products created. No. So be careful of that when you're setting up your business. But at this time, your higher self is guiding you that you're being moved to the road of independence, to be the one to determine what you earn, how you earn, where you work, how you work, what you do, when you go on vacation, when you're working hours, how many clients you see in a day. You're being placed in that position of being the one to determine it. I'm also picking up on Aries energy here, okay? So you might have Aries energy or Libra energy significance. There's also something about number 7 that is particular to you. I'm seeing number 7 on like a door, like maybe it's your door number or your apartment number, but there's something about 7. You guys are also going to be saying 1717 as well as 777. At this point in time, your higher self is guiding you to the road of independence, to be able to establish yourself as an independent entrepreneur, as someone who goes after their own ideas, as a creator, as a solopreneur, that even if you want to go on out and employ people, you have to make sure that they are still separate from you, because you cannot allow yourself to be bogged down. You guys, you've gone through a lot. I'm hearing like you've gone through a lot in your career line, in your job, being able to, you've had like different kind of supervisors and managers. You've really seen what works and what doesn't, but don't be tempted to want to replicate what has been done. Your ability to stay free, to stay independent, to stay secure, to stay grounded, to be able to do what you want when you want is very, very important. To be able to do what you want when you want is very, very important. So at this time, there's something about you guys perhaps learning like business mastery, business principles, practices, being able to, learning just how to stand on your own 2 feet. Learning how to stand on your own 2 feet, how to make decisions for yourself. Next, you've got dreams. Okay, so at this time, your dreams are also very important. There's something about your dreams revealing like the steps you need to take. Your dreams are like speaking to you. The ideas, these ideas you've been getting about this creative business, this, I keep hearing like creative endeavors, creative pursuits. These ideas you've been hearing about starting this business, they've been coming to you mostly in your dreams. Your dreams have been very vivid. If you've not been keeping a dream journal, try to keep a dream journal. If you don't want to write it down, you can speak it out and let it be recorded so that you can play it back. And there are some details that kind of like you forget as the day goes on. That's why it's very nice and essential to write down your dreams, to record it somewhere, so you can always go back to like, okay, that came to me, I just forgot about it. But these ideas about these businesses, you guys, you might also be feeling like hot flashes, sweating a lot, feeling a lot of it. There's something around you right now about feeling like you're very fiery blooded. You're someone who is warm blooded. Your Aries energy is also very, very strong. You're someone who can do a lot if you stay determined. That's why it's essential for you not to be bogged down by other people's expectations. You need to be the one to dictate your pace, what you do, how you show up, how you carry out these your ideas, okay? Because you can do a lot. You can go a lot further if you don't allow yourself to be restricted. Now, coming back to these dreams, the ideas you are getting, what you need, how you need to move forward, the things you need to be doing, they are coming to you through your dreams. Your dreams are being very vivid at this time, okay? You're having very, very vivid, very realistic dreams. Your dreams are teaching you what you need to do. Your dreams are showing you the next steps, how you need to move, where you need to go to, the kind of things you need to do, where you need to be. Okay, kind of things you need to do, where you need to be, how you need to take the next steps. But especially, it's just like you're getting the ideas of this business. You guys, you've been understanding that you need to go through, that you're going to create a business, but some of you have not just been sure of how to go about it. Okay, you've not just been sure of how to go about it. And your dreams are going to give you the specific details. So you guys, you've had a generalized view, you have this overhead big picture view, but you're not able to get the details. Your dreams are supplying the details, okay? Your dreams are supplying the details. So it's very important for you to pay attention to your dreams at this time. There's also something coming through about camping. If you've been feeling like going camping, you need to, there's something about you being exposed to the open skies. lying under the skies, under the night skies, not with a roof over your head, but like in open air, being able to stay open. It's like you need to open up your reality. You need to open up your experience of reality. You need to open up your experience of basically. You need to open up your experience of reality. You need to open up, there's just something about your experience. It's like you've been locked up, you've been closed off, you've been closeted for a while. Being in an open space is going to kind of like just let you be free and let you remember who you are. Let you be free and let you remember where you are. So spend some time in the forest. If you can't camp outside, just go to a park, go take a forest walk, hike in the forest. It's like you also need to stop being so rigid, so responsible, so laid out, so orderly in your way. Do something out of the norms. Just do something out of the norms. Okay, do something out of the norms. You've got forest and you've got the mirror here. And for this mirror, there's something I'm picking up about you. Kind of like, so it's like you see your higher self. I'm going to get some more clarity about this. You see your higher self. You see who you can be. You see what's capable. You see what's achievable, what's possible. But you kind of like have a tough time believing, and you have a tough time kind of like putting together. Oh, okay, so it's coming to me. So you have a tough time seeing how it can manifest. That's why in your dreams, you're getting the details, like you're getting the guidance, all the steps you need to take. The steps are being outlined for you. Like, okay, if you do this, you do this next, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. So who you're seeing in the mirror, when you look in the mirror, you don't see your exact self. Who you're seeing is actually your higher self. And now your higher self is going to be giving you guidance through your dreams on what to do, how to go about it. Because right now you are seeing the big picture, but you're just not able to get the details. And you're someone who needs details. You're someone who doesn't just leave things up to chance. You're someone who needs details, who likes, ensuring that you've crossed your T's and dotted your I's. All right, please clarify. Yes. Okay, so you've got King of Cups here, and then you've got Knight of Cups. So creative fearlessness. So right now, yeah, the King of Cups, but you're not able to see yourself as that, because that's what you're becoming. You're becoming the King of Cups. You're becoming someone who is very creative. You're becoming someone who is able to take ideas and convert it into something that generates income in multiple ways. That's why it's very essential for you not to be bogged down by a company's rules and policies and laws and regulations at this time. You are becoming the King of Cups. So when you look in the mirror, you see your higher self, you see who you can be, but you just don't know how you're going to go about it. The steps in there for you to get there. So that's why your higher self is coming through in your dreams. Your dreams are very, very vivid, okay? So right now, it's very essential for you to continue to be fearless in your pursuit with your talents, with your creativity. Keep on taking the more you do, the more comfortable you become. The more you do, the more fearless you become. The more you trust yourself, the more your confidence grows in yourself. The more you're able to tell yourself, oh, I did that. Okay, I can do that one. Okay, I did that. The more you're able to build trust in yourself. When you continue to do this, when you continue to use your creativity, when you continue to use your talents, gradually you build up the self-confidence, you build up the resilience, you build up the self-trust that makes you manifest into being this King of Cups energy. That is who you're becoming. You're becoming someone who gets paid for their creativity. You're becoming someone who gets paid because of what they can do. You're becoming someone who others come to for their ideas, because your ideas, they are not just, they are worth billions. You're becoming someone people come to because you are so tapped in with your emotions. You are so tapped in with your emotions. You can regulate your emotions. You can convert your emotions to energy. You are able to also see other people's emotions. You are able to offer them products and services and processes and systems, and guidance on how to go about things. Right now, you are not yet the King of Cups. You are not yet the master, but you are becoming. You've been learning. You are not the page anymore. This is not your first rodeo. This is not the first time you're hearing this. You are not just starting up with your creativity. No, you've been hearing this. You've been doing this. You've been learning the ropes. You've been trying your hands out at things. You've been trying and trying. Now, this message is for you to keep on, because where you are headed is very, very significant. You are heading to the very top. You're heading to the very, very top. Yes, you're not there yet. When you see yourself in the mirror, you see your higher self, which is good. It's going to keep you focused. Okay? It's going to keep you focused. So try to spend as much time in natural, I'm hearing like natural conservation places where you still have a lot of greenery, a lot of natural trees, a lot of like wildlife, a lot of wildflowers are also very important. Just plants growing in their natural habitats, not a cultured environment, not a garden, not a botanical garden that someone has planted. No, you need to be out in the wilderness and in the wild space to see how plants grow, how every one of them is creative in how they use space and how they use the ground surface available to them, how they lean on. There's just something about you being out in the wild that is going to help you remember that you're also like the plants, you're also like the animals, you're also like the stars. Okay. Alright, is there any final message you need to know at this time? Yes, I already told you you'll be saying 777, right? You'll be saying 777, 2323s. 777, 2323s, 3636. But a lot of threes actually. 555s and 662s. Okay, so now you've got snake spirit and turtle spirit. Okay, these are your spirit animals coming in to support you at this time. This is time for you to heal. This is time for you to shed skin. You've learned a lot. You're not going back to being employed. You're not going back to being controlled. You're not going back to being managed. This is time for you to stand on your own 2 feet, for you to create what you've been brought into this world to create, that only you can create. Okay, then you've also got turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't try to do everything at once. As I told you, you're the Knight of Cups here. Climbing up here, taking the stairs one step at a time. Every time you ascend, your confidence grows, your self-trust grows, your resilience grows, your independence grows, your self-determination grows, and that gives you the buoyancy to take the next step. So don't try to do so much at once. Don't try to do everything at once. Pace yourself. Know that you just need to stay focused. This is where you're heading to. There's no rush. It is yours. It is yours already. Nobody's taking it away, but you just need to ensure that you get there when you are truly ready to get there. And you can't rush your way there. You have to have developed not just the physical skills, but also the emotional ability to be able to manage the levels you are being taken to. Okay? Alright, you guys are going to be seeing like circle outcropping as well as spirals. A lot of spirals at this time. Alright, so my love, if you chose the one, that was your message from your higher self. Let me know how this message resonated with you in the comments. Like this video, subscribe if you want to. But know that this message inspired you by chance and you didn't pick this. This was not a random choice, nothing as random. Okay, I love you, baby. Keep on doing you. Make sure you hold on to your freedom. You've been working a lot on your freedom. Now it's time for you to take the next level. Step on the accelerator. But don't try to do too much at once. Steady, slow, steady, slow, steady. Alright, baby. And pay attention to your dreams, okay? I love you. Alright, my love. So, welcome back to my channel. If you chose deck 2, this beautiful deck, here's what your higher self needs you to know at this time, okay? Entertainment may be significant for you. That's the first thing I'm hearing. Entertainment might be significant for you. Maybe you work in the entertainment industry, or there's something about lights, or you work a lot with lights, maybe makeups or light installation. There's just something about lighting, staging, costume that's kind of like important to you, right? For some of you, I'm also hearing like entertainment lawyer, but there's something about the entertainment industry that is significant here. Now, Spirit is saying, Spirit and your higher self, okay? So the first thing that came through was act as if, okay? You guys, there's something about you, okay, because this is a channel message and then I'm getting poll cards, but first thing that is coming through from your higher self is almost like you are in the industry, but you don't seem to be like part of the industry. Like you are in the industry, but you are not part of it, but you need to be part of it in a way. You need to kind of like pick up the good parts and then switch up the parts that are not working. You were placed in that industry specifically for you to change things around, for you to introduce a new way of doing things, for you to introduce new values, new principles, new ideals, new ways, new processes, new systems, new ways to get things done. And if you continue to allow yourself to just go with the flow, then what was the use? What was the use of all these steps that brought you to this point, all the actions? What was the use? Okay, so there's also something about you guys. There may be something about feeling like you're not, maybe you're so influenced or so taken aback by the other people you get to work with that you're not seeing yourself as the star that you are in your own right. You're not seeing yourself as the star that you are in your own right. Yes, your light is beautiful. Your light is magnificent. Your light shines so bright, but you are not allowing yourself to see your light. First card out of the deck, leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Now, there's an idea that's been percolating in your mind around placing yourself in new situations, trying new things, doing things in new ways. That was why that was the first message from your higher self. But you keep on waiting, you keep on saying, maybe I'm not the one, maybe I don't have what it takes, maybe, and you kind of like keep on talking yourself out of where your soul needs to grow, or where your soul needs to go, where your higher self is currently, inhabiting, living, staying, working, executing, being the boss, shining so bright. But you keep on holding yourself back because you're like, why should it be you? Why can't it be the other people around you? What makes you special? There are so many other special people that you work with. Like, you cannot compete with them. Their light is too bright. So will they listen to you? Will they see you? Because you're not even seeing yourself. At this point, your higher self is telling you, you need to take a leap. You need to take a leap of faith and trust that the universe will catch you. But you have to move first. If you are not jumping, there's no how the universe is catching you. If your feet are rooted to the ground, there's no how the universe is catching you. You need to take a leap of faith first. You need to make a move first. You need to make a move first. Move your pawn, move your knight, move your chess pieces first. And then see how the universe comes, see how the universe supports your move, how the universe helps you, how the universe aids you, how the universe abets you actually. There's a strong legal vein running through you. You need to make a move first and see how the universe will catch you. But if you're not allowing yourself to make the move, if you're just sitting in one place, if you're just like, and you keep on procrastinating, you keep on saying, no, you can't be you, it shouldn't be you, why should it be you? Just keep on talking yourself out of where you need to go to. Then you just keep on staying there until you still decide to do it, because this is what you need to do. This is the next line, this is the next level, this is the next action in your soul evolution and your soul growth. This is the next line, this is the next action in your soul evolution and your soul growth. So let's see, what's stopping you? Why are you feeling like it can't be you? Why are you feeling like it can't be you? Confinement, captivity, tolerance, and freedom. It's just your mind. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. You've allowed your mind to hold you back so much. You've allowed your mind to hold you back and tell you like, oh, you can't be this big. So because you've constantly programmed it into your mind, into your mentality, into your living day-to-day reality, like, oh, it can't be you, there are other people better than you. So you continue to put blocks in your ways. But these bars, they are not real. They are not real at all. They are just a figment of your imagination. They are just a figment of your imagination. You are the one holding yourself back from being free. This is you leaping to freedom. This is what your higher self expects from you. This is the next step you need to be carrying out in your soul growth and evolution. But this is where you are currently, because you're holding yourself back from exploring who you need to be. From exploring who you need to be. So you need to be the one to basically unfuck your mind, unfuck yourself. Oh, there's this book, Unfuck Yourself by J. I can't remember the name of the author now. It's a yellow book. Or was it Gary something? I can't remember the name of the author now. But you go read that book. I think it's Unfuck Yourself or Unfuck Your Life. Okay. I'm going to put in the comments after this recording. But Spirit is saying, Spirit and your higher self, literally, Spirit is like, I'm waiting to catch you. And your higher self is like, baby, jump, baby, take a leap, baby, take a leap of faith, do that thing, go, do it. So stop allowing your mind to hold you prisoner. Stop allowing your mind to hold you captive. Stop allowing your mind to hold you down to levels you should have outgrown. Levels you should have moved on from. Stop allowing your mind to hold you in captivity. You've outgrown these levels. You've outgrown these things. So allow yourself to move beyond. Allow yourself to really expand and be like, okay, what's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What if I stop caring? What if I stop but what if I started believing in myself? What if I started saying my own lies? What if I started blowing my own horns? What if I started tweeting my own horns? What if I just started believing in myself and doing the damn thing? What if I started believing in myself and doing the damn thing, instead of thinking that everybody else was better than you, instead of thinking that everybody else was shinier than you, instead of thinking that everybody was more verbal, more vocal, more loud, more worthy of being seen than you? What if you just started tooting your own horns? What if you just started, proclaiming your own brightness, your shyness, putting on your own crown, holding your head up, trusting in yourself, putting yourself in new situations? What if you started doing that instead? How would your life be? That's what your higher self is guiding you. So that's the next level of growth for you, my love, if you choose the 2. Alright, is there any other message here? Thank you. You've got the thread. Okay? You guys might be saying 555 as well as 556 as well as 565, okay? But there's the energy of change. The energy of change is very ripe around you. You need to change the way you relate to yourself. You need to change the way you relate to the world. Change the way you relate to your colleagues. Stop holding yourself back. Start allowing yourself to be. If you are not worthy, you won't be where you are. You are worthy of where you need to be. That's why your higher self and the universe guided you to this point in time. Nothing in your life has been random. Every step has been leading up to this point for you to take the next step. Now it's time for you to take a leap of faith. Yes, you don't know what's going to happen if you share that idea. You don't know what's going to happen if you decide to try out for that role. You don't know what will happen if you decide to offer your opinion around, okay, let's change things up. You don't. But you can either stay on the side of, oh, I don't know, or you can be like, okay, I don't know, let me go and know. Let me try it out. Let me see what will happen. Okay, so you've got the thread here, and what I'm getting is like, it's like, right now, you're all in this darkness. The thread that connects you to this rainbows, to this sunshine, to this fulfillment, to this success, to this happiness, enjoyment, being out, being seen, being celebrated, this optimism, it's all in your hands. It's like, like when you need to pull the curtain close. What I'm saying is like on a stage theater play, I need to like pull down the red curtain so that the next scene can be prepared. That's what it is. Right now, it feels like there's no movement, there's no progress, because where you are, you've outlasted or you've outdone. There's nothing else for you to experience. There's no growth. There's nothing else for you to do in your current situation. That's why I feel so dark, so gloomy, so chaotic. because you need to be moving to the next thing. You need to be the one to pull the curtains down, like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. And once you indicate your willingness to allow the universe to show you what you've not yet experienced, then the universe is like, oh, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. So are you going to allow God to show you? Are you going to allow your higher self guide you? Are you going to believe in your higher self? Are you going to see this message and take it like as a demonstration of, okay, are you going to respond positively to this message you're hearing from me? Because you're not just saying this video by random. You didn't pick this deck by random. Nothing has been random. Nothing is random. All these things I'm saying, none of it is random. Messages I'm channeling, the cards falling out, nothing is random. So are you going to believe and let that power your faith to be able to take a leap of faith? Take a leap, baby. You guys, there's something about maybe thinking about coloring your hair or switching up your hairstyle. That's also going to be quite significant for you. It's like a physical significator that you're ready to do things differently. You've got 2 of Wands, so there are choices being presented to you. So what choice are you going to take? Are you going to go the way you've always gone? Are you going to stick with your boat even though it's your ship, even though it's sinking? Or are you going to jump aboard, jump into the ocean even if you can't swim, and trust that you'll be carried to shore, and trust that another ship will come to carry you? Are you going to make a choice? Are you going to change this situation, or are you going to keep on waiting for more signs, waiting for more synchronicities, waiting for more confirmations, waiting for more information, waiting for more messages? Are you going to keep on waiting? How long do you want to wait for? How long do you want to wait for? Are you going to allow yourself to bloom, to grow, to prosper, to expand, to become, to fill the screen, to take up the stage, to sit on your throne? Are you just going to continue to stay in one corner and say, I wish? How long are you going to wish for? How long are you going to wish for? Do you want to continue to stick? Do you want to continue staying in this situation? Do you want to try out new options? Do you want to continue to stay behind the bars? Or do you want to allow yourself to be free? Because the keys to the journey, they are in your hands. You just need to slot it in and open the door and walk out. For some of you, I'm hearing like this is you deciding to leave your organization, leave your firm, leave your role, and try out for something different. I'm literally seeing you like walking away from your studio, walking away, and like knowing where you're going to, but as you're going, a car hits you, boom, and then the car makes you fly to the next place that they've been waiting for you, where you just naturally fit in, where it's like everything has been prepared for you, where you just naturally fit in. So you're afraid of, what if I come out and then the car doesn't hit me, there's no car, or it's just a desert, or it's just barren landscape. But there's a place that's been prepared for you. There's a place that's been prepared for you. You've got wasp spirits, your spirit animals for this reading, and I'm going to wrapping up. You've got wasp spirits, sometimes life stings, and badger spirits, be fearless and bold. So you guys, you stop allowing the past, stop allowing the rejections of the past, stop allowing the disappointments of the past, the problems, the sorrows, the sad moments of the past. Stop allowing it to hold you back from experiencing a full life, from being bold, from being fearless, from going after your dreams and your desires. Stop allowing your past experiences dictate your present and your future experiences. Stop allowing your past hold you back. Stop allowing your past imprison you from the future and the present that are opening up for you and that have been prepared for you. Okay, so you've got wasp spirits. You guys might be stung by a wasp after saying this, just to remind you of this message and to give you like the ginger and the like, just go out and do that freaking damn thing. Okay, so sometimes life stings, but you have to be fearless, you have to be bold, you don't have to hold yourself back. There's no reason why you should be holding yourself back. Okay, You guys are also going to be saying 644464446. A lot of fives, a lot of fours, a lot of sixes. Okay. All right, baby. I'm going to cap your reading at this end, at this point. Okay, so if you choose deck 2, this deck, just remember you are not alone. Your higher self is with you. Your ancestors are with you. They are always with you. Even all those disappointments, all those painful memories, all those sorrowful endings, all those goodbyes, they were destined. All those rejections, they were redirections. All of those things. So imagine if all of those things had not happened that way. Imagine if they had all been yeses. Would you be where you are now? Would you have had the experiences you've had up to now? Would you have grown this much? Would you have learned this much? Would you have loved this much? Would you have... You can't love without knowing the experience of loss. You can't appreciate something if you don't understand how it feels not to have it. So all those experiences you've gone through, they've just prepared you for your, like, it's like the stage has been prepared for you, the table has been set for you, but you're not showing up because you're hiding somewhere in the kitchen and thinking you have to continue being the kitchen maid or the scullery. When the table has been prepared for you, your seat at the end of the table has been prepared. All you need to do is show up for it. Alright, my love, so if you choose deck 2, that was what your higher self needed you to know at this time. That's how you're needing to grow. That's how you're being called to grow. Those are the steps you're needing to align with to be able to move into this new future, into this new beginning, this new stage, this new scene that's been set up for you, okay? Alright, baby. If that message resonated, let me know, okay? Let me know what are you going to do now. Tell me so that I'll hold you accountable. What's going to be your immediate next step after this? How are you unfucking yourself? Don't worry, I'm going to make sure I check for the book. I'm going to check for the book and then make sure I pin it somewhere in the comments, okay? Alright, baby, I love you. Alright, my love, so if you choose deck 3, here's a message from your higher self, what you're needing to know at this time, okay? This is the guidance for where you're needing to go, the steps you're needing to take, the great opportunities that are opening up for you, and now you can better align with these great opportunities at this time, okay? So I'm going to be going into the readings. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is stillness. Stillness. You're needing to learn how to embrace quiet and peace and just being still. I'm saying like swans, being like a swan, being graceful upon still waters. I'm saying like there's something you're needing to say about your self-life, not being disillusioned by the mirage. Not being disillusioned by the mirage. Being still within yourself. Being still within yourself to know who you are, to be able to hear. Being still to be able to hear your higher self's whispers, your higher self's guidance, your higher self's thoughts. There's something about you also needing, okay, that's why I was saying the lake. There's something about you needing to spend some time in reflection of how far you've come, how far, all the changes you've undergone, all the lives you've lived. There's just something about you needing to spend some time in reflection. Because I was saying like this pond, this lake, you know, there's this lake that I can't remember where it is, but I think it's somewhere in Latin America, maybe Bolivia, I'm not sure, where you can, the skies are very, very, like they're just reflected on, it's a salt lake. The skies are like reflected on the waters in a very, very clear, colorful way. There's something about, I was just seeing that image. All right, let's go into the cards. Higher self, deck 3, what are they needing to know at this time? Thank you. First card out of the deck, it's time to be adventurous and play. Okay, spring is going to be very significant for you. It's time for you to be adventurous, okay? It's time for you to be adventurous. It's time for you to explore play. It's time for you to explore colors, doing things for fun, doing things just because. doing things just because, not wanting to give any reason, not wanting to give any explanation, not wanting to explain yourself, just doing things because they fill you with so much joy and fun. But I'm also hearing like adventure is coming through. So you've got Song of Solomon 2 verse 12. The flowers are springing up, the season of singing birds has come, and the cooing of turtle doves fill the air. Okay, there's something about swans. You guys are going to be seeing swans a lot, I told you that. But there's also swans, rainbow. There's just, what I'm feeling is this outdoor vibe. Like, you need to allow yourself to do life the way you've never done before. You need to allow yourself to do things you've never done before. You need to allow yourself to play, to be excited, to just do things for the sake of it, not to have any reason, not because you want to make profit from it, not because you are trying to impress someone, not because you're trying to impress a group of persons, not because you're trying to get pictures, just being in the moment and enjoying it. Being in the moment and just enjoying life, being filled with life, just enjoying things. It's like you're someone who is very serious, who is very, I'm hearing like very dramatic also, like your responses to things can sometimes be exaggerated, like you can blow things out of proportion. You also have like a big temper, like you can be very loud, and even if it's like your temper, your anger doesn't last for long, because what I'm saying is like, it just, your bomb never blows off, it just sizzles and everybody's like, oh, oh, oh. You need to stop being so serious. You need to stop being so dramatic. You need to allow yourself to play, to have fun, to be lively, to enjoy life, to run about without cares. And I'm seeing you sneering as I'm saying this, but that's what your higher self needs you to do. So you either get with the program or you get with the program. You either get with the program or you get with the program. It's time for you to be adventurous, and it's time for you to play. It's time for you to just travel. Just travel, not because that's where everybody's going to travel, to the places you are desiring to travel to, do the things you want to do. Learn how to ski, how to surf, how to snowboard, how to just do the things that will make your inner self, your inner child happy. You've got self-love. You are someone who is very strategic. You like doing things just because it's going to bring me this result, because if I do this, it's going to get me that. Drop the strategy and embrace self-love. You've got withdrawal, quit. What was I saying about you having a loud voice? This is time for you to come into stillness with yourself and accepting yourself and accepting your self-love. And just that stillness was around you, finding peace and stillness in the quiet. Peace and stillness in the quiet, reflecting on God, reflecting on the universe, reflecting on life. Because you can't be reflecting on life and then still be thinking of one strategy, one option. No. It's going to help you realize that most of those things you're trying to force into being, they are futile anyways. Most of those things you're trying to force into being, they are futile anyways. You've got currency. I'm going to get some more clarity on this. You've got to live and learn. You've got to live and learn. You might be someone who is like a teacher, a leader, a manager, a boss. You know, you're used to telling people what to do. You're used to directing others. You're used to telling them, oh, you do this, you do this. Now, it's almost like you're almost being guided to kind of like retire or to step back or to take a break from it and just do what your soul pleases you, because it's like you've just continued in this drudgery and dryness and constant drone of just life being sucked out of you. Of life just being sucked out of you. For some of you, you've been doing this because maybe in the past or when you were younger, you faced some difficult times. You grew up in some, poverty, or you grew up with some lack, and then you were like, okay, I'm never ever going to be in that position again. Maybe when I had to beg someone, and that just made you extra hardworking, extra. That you've not given yourself time to explore life. That you've not given yourself time to live life. You've just spent a lot of time acquiring, accumulating, building, growing, gathering. Okay, you've gathered enough. You've accumulated enough for now. What you've gathered enough is enough to last you for your entire lifetime. Now it's time for you to surrender to ease. It's time for you to surrender to play. You guys might be having some headaches, some frontal headaches, some tension headaches, some facial pains at this time. For some of you, there's this severe Bell's palsy that I'm seeing because of severe stress. For a very few of this collective, but you've been stressed so much that you've developed partial paralysis of the face, of the facial nerves. Bell's palsy. For some of you, you've been working so hard, you've not even allowed yourself to experience life, to experience love, to experience the joy of being with someone, to experience traveling together with someone, just being with someone. You're going to be seeing a lot of 444s. You've been seeing a lot of 444s. Again, as I cut the card, can you see? So there's just been some form of persecution. You felt like you needed to sacrifice yourself for others. You needed to sacrifice yourself for your goals. You needed to sacrifice yourself for success. There's just something here about self-sacrificial persecution, but more around self-sacrificial, where you felt like you needed to, you needed to swallow your dreams or kill your dreams just to be able to focus on the grind and the hustle and success and achieving material gains, material wealth, and all of those. So you've done all of that. You've gotten some success, you've gotten some greatness, you've achieved a lot. You've achieved a lot, you've gotten a lot of material wealth, you've harnessed a lot of material resources. Now, can you allow yourself to be? Can you allow yourself to play? Can you embrace yourself in self-love? Can you heal yourself? Can you just be still with yourself? Can you just let yourself be? Can you let yourself be happy? Can you let yourself just be, for you to live life, for you to enjoy what it means to be in love, for you to know that it's the partner, for you to embrace hope, for you to experience good days, for you to experience fun days, for you to experience playful days when there are no worries on your mind, for you to be free of stress, of worries, of guilt. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. You've come this way. There's something about you guys. Maybe you're in training and development, or you're a trainer, or you're a teacher. There's also something you should understand from everything you teach people. Experience is still, because you can teach someone all they need to know, they still won't do. But you just need to go through and experience one, and then the memory is permanently marked in your brain. For you guys, you need to, so what I'm saying is, your higher self is if you're not careful, there's the mishap waiting. Emergencies, Bell's palsy, paralysis of the face due to extreme stress, due to being burnout. So you have to withdraw, you have to take a step back, stop shouting so much, stop raising your blood pressure so much. There's hypertension here, elevated blood pressure. Stop raising your blood pressure so much, stop getting angry so much, stop being dramatic so much, stop shouting so much. But you're like, oh, if I don't do it, who is going to do it? I have to do it because these people never listen to me. I have to do it to get things done. I have to do it to be able to get some results. To what end? Ask yourself, to what end are you doing all of this? To what end? Who is this really for? Because if it's just for you, then you already have more than enough. Are you really killing yourself for other people? Or what other people expect from you, or what they think you should be, or because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or you're trying to keep up to a certain standard? Are you going to take that standard with you when you leave this earth? What you're going to take with you are your memories, your experiences. And right now, you're really lacking in that sense. Okay? So now, this is time for you to approach this period of silence. It's not really solitude, it's just more of reflection, it's just more of inner reflection. Approach it and then cast your wishes into the well. It's like you need to reflect on your past actions, you need to reflect on your past decisions, you need to reflect on your past life and be like, okay, I want to do things differently, I want to experience things differently. And what I'm saying here is you approaching the well of hope and casting your wishes inside. I'm saying like, okay, God, universe, higher self, show me something different, lead me to new experiences. I don't want to be so stressed anymore. I don't want to spend my days shouting at people. I don't want to spend my days losing my temper. I don't want to spend my days managing my blood pressure because it's so elevated, it's gone through the roof, and you're having essential hypertension stage 1, stage 2, and you have to swallow pills. You were not made for that. Yes, there were situations in your past that made you feel like if you didn't sacrifice your happiness, your joy, your playtime, you will not be okay. Okay, so you've overcome, you've tried to hustle your way through. Now let God help you surrender to a place of ease, to a life of wonder, to a life of enjoyment, to a life of fun, to a life of adventure. It's time for you to be adventurous and to play. I already told you you'll be seeing a lot of falls, right? You are going to be seeing a lot of falls to remind you that now you are stable. You are stable materially, you are stable financially, you are stable physically, but your emotional life is in tatters. Your psychological life is in tatters. Your physiological life is in tatters. So you basically sacrifice your happiness, your body, your health, your well-being, the things that you cannot buy with money, the things that are going to be with you on your deathbed. You basically sacrifice all of those for material gains, for accumulating financial gains, for making profit. Okay, for the capitalist one, okay, all fine and good. Now, are you going to reverse the role before it becomes too late? Are you going to use all your accumulated wealth now to start living a life of adventure, a life of fun, a life of play, a life of experiences, traveling to all the places you want to go to? Not to be an alarmist, but life is not long. It goes by very, very fast. And if you keep on delaying your happiness, you're just going to wake up one day and realize that there's no more time. Time is one thing you can't buy. Up till now, you've used your time to accumulate things. Now, it's time for you to accumulate experiences. It's time for you to accumulate good food, delicious living, love, life. Alright, spirit animals, any final messages for this deck? 3. I'm being guided to this one because I used this one for the first 2. You guys are going to be seeing 444s. Okay, you're going to be seeing a lot of 444s. At the bottom of the deck, you've got honeybee, divine feminine. It is time to rise. It's time for you to step into embrace your feminine energy of surrendering, of pleasure, of satiation, of satisfaction. You have to know when enough is enough. I'm saying, you guys, like, just not to be abrupt, but just going on a backpacking trip around the world. And it's going to fill you up with so much, like, it's like you've been at this strategic game. You might be someone who is a very good strategist, like maybe you even love playing chess, you indulge a lot in strategic games and exercises. That's been your bread and butter. But you're needing to surrender to pleasure, to surrender to life, to surrender to synchronicities of things just happening without you planning it out every step of the way. Any final message for this? Thank you. You've got frog stepping into your power, and again the honeybee that was at the bottom of the deck is back. You've got frog stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat in your story. It is time for you to step up. Stop leaving your story up to chance. Stop being the sacrificial goat. Are you a goat? Are you a goat? Even when Abraham was trying to sacrifice his son, God still provided. So why are you bent on sacrificing yourself on the altar of being accepted by other people, your family, on the altar of acceptability? None of these people matter in the grand scheme of things, and even in the small, in the minor, in the mini scheme of things. None of them matter because it's your life. You're the only one living your life. You've got frog stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat in your story. It's time for you to step up. And then you've got Ernie B again, divine feminine. It is time. You're being called on to rise. You're being called on to seek life's sweetness, to seek life's pleasures. Love keeps coming back. You guys, you might not have allowed yourself to experience love. You might not have allowed yourself to experience love because you felt like, okay, love can wait, or I don't have time for love. No, money is more important, my success is more important, you know, things like that. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to embrace love, embrace joy, embrace pleasure, embrace happiness, embrace enjoyment. Being loved by God, being loved by yourself, self-love. Self-love. Nobody can love you as you. Self-love. Self-healing. You guys, there's something about flowers coming through. I would like you to buy yourself some, even though you might feel weird, buy yourself some flowers. Buy yourself some flowers just for the sake of it. Even if you are allergic to flowers, buy them and put them very far away from you. Just look at it. Don't smell it. Or buy flowers that don't have fragrances. Or buy plants. But you need to look at flowers. You need to look at colors. There's something about flowers coming into you, coming into your energy. There's something about you needing to let yourself just bloom. You know, the way the flower petals just open up to the sun. You need to open up to love. You need to open up to life. You need to open up to God. Open up to your higher self. You've been trying to run the show all this while. See where it has led you. Are you willing to do things differently? It's time for you to be adventurous and to play. It's time for you to be adventurous and to play. Love keeps on coming back here. I don't know. This energy of love is very significant. It's time for you to be adventurous and to play. For you to experience love. For you to experience sensual healing. For you to experience the healing that only love can bring. Thank you. You've got power. Okay? Your life, everything you've known up till now, is changing. Are you going to allow this change to come in willingly, or are you going to what's that word, act up against it? Like, are you going to resist it, or are you going to go with the flow willingly? Now that you've heard that you just can't continue life the way life has been going, you can't continue life the way life has been going. Your life, it's like and I keep on picking that emergencies. Change before you are rushed into the emergency room, for goodness sake. It's not until you fall down and your half of your face is paralyzed and you can't move the muscles on half of your face that you realize, like, oh shit, I've overdone it. It's there until that point. Okay, self-love. Self-love. Live and learn. It is time for you to be adventurous and to play. Alright, my love. So if you chose, where's your deck? If you chose deck 3, that was what you needed to know from your higher self. That's what your higher self needs you to know at this time. Okay? Let me know this message resonated for you in the comments. Please change. I love you so much and I want you to be happy. I want you to experience life. There's just something about backpacking, traveling around the world, going to see colors, going to see life, going to see new things, enjoy new foods. You need to take yourself out of stress. Okay? I love you so much.